Hello and welcome to the Malika Writes channel. My name is Malika Writes, and today we will be talking about a rather sensitive topic for some people, but I really wanted to tackle this and just sort of give my 2 cents about it. I really only have 3 points to make about this point, but today we'll be talking about writing ethnic characters, and I don't really like that sentence, ethnic characters, because this is really just something about writing characters, but I think the biggest issue of late is writing a character from a culture that you are not from. So I have 3 things to say about this. It's not something that I think should be a big deal, but in the current climate that we're in, it has become a big deal, and it can become a big deal if done incorrectly. For the most part, this is just an issue of bad writers not doing bad writing. Basically, it's bad writers doing bad writing. But because we've had a lot of, social issues and things like that, people are bringing this up. How are people supposed to approach writing characters from a culture that they do not belong to? I think this is quite simple. So here are my 3 points. And the first thing I want to say is that remember that a character is a character. No matter what culture this character is from, they are a character that deserves the treatment of a character. So this means you need to be fleshing them out. You need to be asking, what are their fears? What do they desire? What are they willing to do them? What is their function within the book? The main thing the writer should be focused on is not the ethnicity of the character, not where they're from, not what group of people they represent. It's about, is this character getting the treatment that a character in this book deserves? And that means, are you fleshing them out properly? And this, regardless of what character you're writing, whether they're from the Middle East, from the Congo, wherever they're from, you need to be fleshing them out as proper characters. This should be the objective of any writer, to write a good story with characters that matter. Does your character matter? That should be the first thing you think about. The second thing when it comes to writing characters from a culture that you are not familiar with, research. It's obvious, You need to research what you're writing about. And this shouldn't be so that you shouldn't be doing research with the lens of let me not offend anybody. You should be doing research with, do I understand enough about this character's specific background that I can give them the fleshing out that they deserve? That's what you should be focused on. It's not about offending or not offending people or being politically correct. It's about making sure that you are writing at your best. And in order to do that, you need to make sure that you know enough about this character. Your concern should be the characterization process. So the second point is just research, not for the sake of offending or not offending, but for the sake of making sure that your character is fully fleshed out. Your character has, you know enough about what makes up this character. And think of it this way. You have characters from a certain culture, you know how the culture affects that character, so you need to know about this particular character's culture in order to see how it affects them. The third point I want to make is that you should never be afraid to write a character from another culture. Never be afraid to do that. At the end of the day, this is one thing that we all need to understand. We are all human beings, and most cultures around the world are very similar. If you were to go and study trade routes, you would understand part of the reason why human cultures are just repetitions of each other. Because cultures change, they evolve based on where the person, was born, could be different from where their parents were born. So these two cultures come together and mix. It's very complex. Not, you can't rely on stereotypes, but you can't also be scared, because if not, you will rely on stereotypes. That's the irony of it. In trying to avoid stereotypes, you end up creating something that's very unrealistic, that no one can relate to, and that will just really ruin the overall effect of your story. So I really hope that this video, short as it may be, has given you the courage to write characters that are from different cultures. You don't have to stick to a particular culture or the one that you're from because of fear. You know, at the end of the day, remember that characters are as good as they're written. It's not about being offensive, or not about not offending people. It's about writing stories that will stand the test of time. And if you are doing that, if that is your focus, I don't think you really have anything to be worried about. I don't think there should be any reason for this to become an issue. I think the only reason it has become an issue, much like how men writing female characters became an issue, because some bad male writers wrote female characters that were just terrible, you know. So don't let the bad examples deter you from writing something great just because it's not in your own, you know, it doesn't take place in your own country, or the culture's different from yours. So I hope this video has been enjoyable. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and, you know, just comment your thoughts. I really want to know what you guys think. Do you have anything more to add? Do you think that no, everybody should just stick to what they know? Or do you think that there is a measure of, you know, there's more nuance to this conversation, and especially writers and artists, should be free to, you know, portray the cultures in the way that they see fit, with respect, obviously. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I would really love to hear your opinion, and maybe we can discuss. So thank you once again for watching this video, and this has been the Malika Writes channel. Thank you very much, and have a lovely day.